I had no idea how to hit good iron shots until I learnt this simple tip. Hi everyone, my name's James Robinson. Welcome back to Get Good at Golf. On this channel we aim to help you get good at golf Monday right through to Friday. Guys, if you want more content, if you want bonus videos, if you want get-togethers, if you want giveaways, make sure you check out our memberships over on Sunday Club. That is linked in the description below. But today I'm going to teach you guys how to hit better iron shots, because until I understood this, until it got ingrained into my golf game, I could not strike good iron shots. I couldn't get good distance, I couldn't hit them accurately, and for me that ruined my game. So guys, if you want to get good at golf, make sure you subscribe. But what can I do to make sure I hit good, better, longer, straighter iron shots? You see, the key here is not to try and flick the ball up in the air. I've got a mid iron here, I've got a 7-iron, and this 7-iron has 34 degrees of loft on it. Now, as I go up to the top of the backswing, I want to make sure I'm loaded up on my right side. That's simple, we all know that. From there, I see so many golfers that slide into impact or slide into that left side. From there, you're always going to get far too steep on the ball. That's going to present a lot less dynamic loft, and yes, we do want to present less dynamic loft, but not down in the 19-20 degrees dynamic loft, because then you're going to hit the ground with the leading edge too much and you're going to really struggle to control that loft, control the club face, and ultimately control where the ball goes. So how do I battle this? How can I make sure I hit better golf shots with my irons? The key is so simple, you can't believe you've not thought of it before. Are you ready for this? Turn. That's honestly it. Turn, rotate, make sure your hip moves into the right place. So the key here is, once I get to the top of that backswing, instead of sliding over, instead of losing my balance and my posture, feel like this left hip just bumps back here. So it resets back the hips to level, but not only to level, as I continue down through the motions, you'll see now how this hip is massively retracted back. If it was straight over my knee and my heel, that's a perfect place to be, because then there's plenty of room for my handle to move forward, a little bit of forward shaft lean. Yes, I'm taking dynamic loft off that club. From there I can hit ball then turf contact. That's inevitably going to allow me to strike better iron shots. I'm going to hit them further, I'm going to hit them straighter. The reason for that is we don't want lots of rotation in the club here. We want a little bit of rotation around the arc, but a nice solid move through the shot, and that's exactly what this drill is going to allow you to do. It's a really, really nice simple movement which can generally help you hit, like I said, longer, straighter, better contact iron shots. And if you can hit better contact, then generally you're always going to hit flag high. If you know your distances, if you know how far your clubs go, the ideal scenario is you hit that distance between a 5 to 10 yard gap. Chris has coached on tour, Chris has caddied on tour, he knows the best players in the world always generally know how far the ball's going to go. The reason for that is, yes, the club head speed is very, very consistent, but the other consistent factor is loft, which we spoke about right at the start of this video. Static loft and also dynamic loft are always going to be very, very similar, and we're going to have a similar club head speed and a similar strike. All those things put into the mix is a recipe for good, consistent iron shots. So if I know that the wind's off the right here, I know I can just aim to the right hand side of that green, and I'm going to make sure that I get into my left side. A good way of doing this is feeling as though the weight moves to the left side of your heel. So you can see here my toes almost moving up off the ground there, because I'm feeling as though my left hip moves back. If I move towards my toes, obviously those hips stay really, really straight. So again, there's nowhere for the arms and the club to go. But as long as I rotate through and have a nice strike there, you can see that draws back nicely on the wind. The big thing I want you to look at here, guys, is this strike location, because if we're looking at the strike location fantastically, this tee hasn't moved. So you can see that's where the ball was on the tee. Then we've got a nice shallow divot here after the shot. I can only do that if my body allows it to do so. If my hip moves out the way, if I get forward shaft lean, and I have a nice strike for that shot. Guys, until you learn that, you're never really going to hit good, consistent, strong iron shots. You're going to struggle to hit consistent distances. Therefore, you're probably going to struggle to get good at golf.